And this is what it's like to live in Florida. I've literally been sitting here trying to get out for the last 5 minutes. Ugh. What's up, my dudes? Welcome back to the channel. I have finally got around to making a video about making it to Tampa. I made it to Tampa, I guess about a month ago at this point. It has been absolutely insane with getting the house set up and dealing with work and all this other kind of stuff that I haven't got around to making another video for YouTube. I still have not edited all the footage that I already have from my extremely long and then what turns out extremely strenuous trip that I did coming down from Tacoma, Washington to here. So I stopped off in Dothan, Alabama. That's where I left off with the last videos. Open up my vents here. I initially planned on making a video coming down from Dothan after I completed my family visits and all that other kind of stuff. I know the sun's kind of in your guys' eyes right now. I apologize. I'm going to fix that eventually. So I was going to make another video. It wound up not happening. There was so much going on. Like after I visited family, I wound up with a little bit of extra property, vehicles. I wound up having to bring them from Tennessee and Dothan down to Tampa with me. So I wound up having to rent a U-Haul and a car hauler and all that kind of stuff. I wish I had taken pictures of it because it was kind of interesting. I had this bike in the back of the U-Haul. I had my truck on the auto transport. I had the bike, my other bike, which I will reveal later, which it's not anything special. I feel like it could be, you know, part of the reveal video and all this kind of stuff. I've probably already made the reveal video and intro video well before that this video has even come out. I haven't even done the intro because the weather has not been the greatest, nor will it be for the next, I don't know, week or so. So I anticipate these videos will come out probably at the beginning of March is when I'll start doing publishing them on YouTube and, you know, getting them out to you guys. I spent the last month getting my house in order, all that kind of stuff, traveling down here, traveling around, getting to know the area, so I can use the road glide like this, which at the beginning of this video I kind of forgot to turn it off. But the reason for that is I have learned that blurring stuff out on this motorcycle for YouTube to make sure that I don't have any copyright infringements against me for any reason at all, because YouTube likes to be a pain in the butt right now. That itself, as blurring everything out, has become a major pain in my butt. I literally spent probably half a day blurring out each segment because I'm not trying to, you know, I record 9-10 hours worth of footage on this trip because that's how long I would travel each day. So a little bit less towards the end of the trip as you know, I got more lazy and more tired of doing things. The cold was messing with me and everything like that. Going through and doing 9 or 10 hours and then having to cut everything down into segments that I think are interesting, that would make or continue on telling the story of my trip around 101, the Olympic Peninsula, going down the Pacific Coast Highway, all that kind of stuff. It's interesting, to say the least, especially because I had no editing experience before trying to do this. So yeah, I had no idea how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. I definitely should have. I've had it for over a year now. I've paid on the subscription for it because that's how long I've been trying to do this channel, but I never really had the time or the means to just sit down and kind of play with it to learn anything. And I'm very much I'll learn as I go kind of person, and that's kind of what I did. I made 2 copies of the files I started off with, which is my Olympic Peninsula video. And what I did was I made 2 copies of the video files themselves, put them all together as one long file, made 2 copies of that, and that way I had a backup because I knew I was going to play around and screw up the first copy. And that's what I did. I played around with it every while and I learned how to use Adobe and all that kind of stuff, and now that video is looking the way I want it to. Florida drivers are the absolute worst drivers. I knew that going in because I used to live near Panama City, but now being here in Tampa is just absolutely crazy. You guys here are the craziest group of drivers I've ever been with. Like this right now. This is the worst time for me to do a video because I am literally in 5 o'clock traffic. And I don't know why I come this way. Probably because it's the way I know that I can get to Bayshore Boulevard, because right now, to me, that is a beautiful sight. I know I've seen mountains and like curved roads and all this kind of stuff, but as of right now, being able to see the water, because I'm a water person, that is just absolutely fantastic. So that's where I'm going. I'm going to go through downtown to Bayshore Boulevard and see all the craziness and turn around and come back up here, maybe grab a bite to eat somewhere else. All in all, I've enjoyed being here so far. I love being near the water, going to the beach, all that kind of stuff. The weather is just phenomenal, and this is winter time. I don't mind the heat. I really don't. You know, if it's hot, ride your bike. You'll cool down, I promise. It was very, very confusing actually to figure my way around here, especially coming down through this area. I don't want to pay for tolls and stuff like that. I know there's the Selman Expressway and all that good stuff. I do not want to pay for tolls. I don't like doing that. So like I said, it's been a month it's been almost a month that I've lived here now. I got to be here for the Super Bowl. I did not go. I actually stayed completely in my house. I knew the craziness that was going to go on, and this place actually made I don't know if it made national headlines, but it like popped up on my news feed down in Ybor. I don't know how you actually say it, but like it was crazy down there. Like people here just went absolutely nuts after the Super Bowl. That was actually kind of neat. The little lights in the tire of the Jeep, I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. So I've learned while being here, because of things like this, that I'm gonna need to make some adjustments to my motorcycle, and I'm gonna need to find a way to cool it down. I'm shopping around and all that kind of stuff for a decent cooling system, but I haven't found one quite yet that I like. There's one I'm really leaning towards. I'll eventually do a how-to video on how to install it and to where like the product and all that kind of stuff, but I'm doing it because of things like this. In the Pacific Northwest, your summer lasts, the really hot summer lasts all of about, I don't know, a month and a half. So, and where I was, there wasn't really a whole lot of stop and go traffic. You know, there was back roads and highways and stuff like that. I tried to stay out of Tacoma as much as possible. I was usually like in Yelm and Spanaway and stuff like that. Here, I'm directly in the city. I'm not on the outskirts. Or I am on the outskirts. So there's a lot of stop and go traffic. There's a lot of stoplights, and I want to protect my motor. This is a new bike. I want to have it for a little while, and being a mechanic, I know that, you know, heat kills. One of the downsides to having a Harley is the air-cooled engine. The Milwaukee 8s M8 motors are a little bit more advanced than, like, say, the twin cam and stuff like that. But they run just as hot as the twin cams do. So I'm definitely going to get a cooling system down on this bike to help with it. Is it going to completely eliminate the problem? No, of course not, but that's what I'm going to do. And it's also going to help because right now I have the stock exhaust and airflow system. That will change, but it does tend to run hotter with those because of the tune and everything like that, the way it comes from Harley. So I will change that eventually. Yes, as of right now, this is my favorite road that I have found, other than the beach road that's way over there. But I'm gonna keep this as my favorite road because the beach road over there, I forget what, near like Clearwater and stuff like that, there's not a whole lot of beach that you can see, which is kind of bummer for me. I really do like seeing the water and the beaches and stuff like that, and I haven't been able to do that. Here I at least get a little bit of twists and turns because it kind of, you know, the road goes with the land and everything like that. I get to look at some beautiful houses, which I thought about buying a house over here until I looked at the prices and seen that most of them are right around the $800,000 mark. I can't afford that. So I know I own a Harley and all that kind of stuff, but I can't afford that. All of my money is actually going into this bike. I actually like seeing people, you know, running and stuff. In Washington, like, the hiking is the big thing, but not a whole lot of people actually do it. Like, they'll go once a year and say that they hike. I didn't meet a whole lot of people that actually did any real exercising. and I mean, I'm the one to talk. I haven't been able to exercise in like 6 months, mainly due to like my back. I had eye surgery and all this other kind of stuff. At this point, I'm just making excuses for myself, but I am gonna get back into it because the COVID body is real. But that's all right. See, that I would love to have a house like that, but that house is probably like $8 million. Even the ones that I thought would be on the cheaper side are actually like, I don't know, $450,000 down here. But yeah, I made it down to Tampa. I'm loving it down here. I'm loving the weather, and I'm so glad I made this move. If you guys are enjoying what you see, please hit that like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.